Transcripts and recordings of the podcast may not be used for any purpose without the direct written permission of the podcast owner. Welcome to Light It Up, a podcast about resilient women balancing motherhood, their careers, personal lives, and all of the challenges that come along with being a superwoman. Each week, you'll be motivated to take action to lead, inspire, transform, and empower. Now, here's your host, Dr. Aginah Musherah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Light It Up. I am your host, Dr. Aginah Musherah. I am so excited about this week's episode because I am doing something that I've not done ever since hosting Light It Up podcast. I have a very, very special guest, and I know that you all hear me say week after week that all of my guests are special. And that is true. However, this week, my special guest is my youngest daughter, Khalis Muhammad. Welcome to Light It Up, Khalis. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So, the viewing audience has heard me talk about you and your siblings on the podcast over the last 4 years. And while I've invited you and your siblings to come on, you finally agreed to come on Light It Up. So thank you so very much for agreeing to be my guest today.
You're welcome.
So I want to give the audience an opportunity to learn about you and what you are embarking upon right now. So I want to ask you a few questions. I figure since I have a platform to promote my daughter, I may as well use it. And so that's what we are going to do today. Why don't you take a moment and tell the audience a little bit about yourself, Khalis?
Okay. So my name is Khalis Muhammad. I'm a senior at Homewood-Flossmoor High School. I'm involved in a lot of things at school, like I'm a student government representative. Um, I was the head football manager, the head varsity football manager, former cheerleading co-captain on the JV team, um, a part of the principal's advisory committee as well. And I'm also currently a debutante in the Miss Prominent Pearl Cotillion that will be placed December 8th, 2024.
All right, awesome. So seems like you've got your hands full in the numerous activities that you are involved in. You also just started working again because you have worked before, but now while you're in your senior year of high school and you're doing all of the things, you're also working part-time as well.
Yeah.
So that's a lot on your plate. And as you mentioned, you're a senior in high school and you have already applied to several colleges and universities.
Mm-hmm.
And, everybody knows that your mom is an advocate of education and you applied to college to various colleges and didn't tell me where you were applying to. I mean, we talked about it, but I didn't sit over your shoulder and help you
No,
with your applications, right?
no. I did it myself.
You did it yourself. Is there any particular reason why you didn't have your mom involved in the process as you were submitting your applications?
Um, well, I just didn't really think I needed help. So I just wanted to do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
And so far you've received some acceptances, correct?
Yes, into 8 schools, I think, so far.
Okay. All right. Is there one particular school that you'd like to attend, or have you ranked your schools yet? What's going to be your
Um,
process?
well, my number one school is Prairie View A&M University, and I got in a few weeks ago. I have a few other schools on my list that I'm also interested in going to, like Hampton or Alabama A&M, Tennessee State, and like a few others as well.
Mhm.
But Prairie View is my number one as of right now.
Is there any particular reason why you want to go all the way to Prairie View, Texas for school?
Well, they have a really good education program. They have nice dorms. They have a lot of things that I'm looking for, like
Mhm.
all in one. There's other schools that are really good, but they don't have some, like they're missing something that I really want in my college experience. So, and
Mhm.
that's the one that has everything or most things so far.
Okay. All right. Well, you are the last of my three. So my whole world has essentially revolved around you and your siblings. And now, in just a few short months, you're going to be off to college. I don't know what I'm going to do without you here, having me run around and do all of the things. Got any recommendations for your mom?
No.
Okay. Well, what are you planning to major in?
Um, Elementary education or early childhood education, but I'm planning on getting like a endorsement so that I could possibly teach like early childhood education or like family consumer sciences classes at the high school level as well.
Okay. All right.
And
So,
then I'm also like eventually gonna get like a master's or PhD so I can become like a principal, but I'm not sure what like school level I'd want to be a principal in yet.
okay. So it sounds like you are the one who's going to go down that route in the field of education. You also have experience working at a preschool here in our community. You work with the preschoolers at what is it, Junior Vikings preschool?
No, it's the Little Vikings preschool at HF.
Okay.
It's my second year and then I'm a teacher's assistant this year. Yeah, and then I also worked at the Learning Lab, this daycare center, well, after school care center slash preschool
Hmm.
right by HF.
Okay. So you really like working with children, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just ask you this. Um, in a day and time where, you've been in school, obviously, since you were three, um, and you've had some really dynamic teachers, um, what I guess, what was it that motivated you to have a desire to major in education and want to go into the field, especially considering, um, teachers aren't necessarily valued by the public as they should when they are responsible for um, everyone, going into the different professions that they go into. So, what was it about teaching or education that made you decide that you want to pursue this as a profession?
Well, my child development and early childhood education teacher, Mrs. Pesha, I think she made me want to become a teacher. She's probably the best teacher I ever had. Um, And yeah, I don't know. That's
Okay.
I just think she's a really good teacher and she really cares about all of her students. So, and that made me want to be a teacher as well.
All right, awesome. So let's get down to it. You mentioned that with your extracurriculars that you are also a debutante in the 2024 Miss Prominent Pearl Cotillion, which is sponsored by Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Lambda Tau Omega chapter. So the cotillion is on December 8th, but you've been working really, really hard since I think August,
Yeah.
practice and participating in various workshops and things of that nature. Why did you want to be in this cotillion?
Um, Honestly, well, I knew about cotillions before, but um like I always thought about it, but I never really knew that it was like a big thing or like thing that people really did.
Mhm.
I used to only ever really see it in like princess type of shows and movies and things like that. Um, but then when I found out that there was one like around here, like in the area that I could participate in, I really wanted to do it just for the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're also a part of the Soaring Scholars Mentoring Program. And I know last year we had an opportunity to attend the cotillion.
Mhm.
And the rest, I guess, as they say, is history because you submitted your application, you were accepted, and now it's the hard work of raising funds, right?
Yeah.
So, um, what is it that you are trying to do as a part of the cotillion? Do you have tickets for sale? Can people support you in any kind of way? What is it that you'd like for the folks to know about your experience in this cotillion, in the process, and what type of support would you like?
Well, my experience throughout the whole process was really great. I am one of three seniors, a part of like the entire cotillion. Two of us are debutantes, one of us is an escort. But I think that it's been a really great experience because like I met people that I probably would have never like crossed paths with or like interacted with beforehand. And now we've become like great friends that I think will last like a very long time. Which I think is one of the most important things. But not only that, it like the cotillion, like the experience, it also like taught all of us like I would say like how to carry ourselves like in all walks of life. Especially considering all of us are like young Black adults. So there are like, of course, stereotypes against us. So I feel like it kind of debunks the stereotypes in a way. And I also just think that it was a really great experience for me to do my senior year right before I go off to college, since I'm gonna be in a different surroundings around people that I don't know. So I feel like this cotillion also like taught me to like I don't know, I guess it like forced me to branch out with people that I have literally don't know or didn't know beforehand, which I think will be very useful for me in the future. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say, well, throughout like over the past couple months that we've been like rehearsing and like the um process has been going on, we've been raising funds like well, individually we have been like raising funds in order to be crowned Miss Prominent Pearl 2024. So it's kind of like a competition in a way. Um so If you would like to support or donate, that would be really great because the winner does receive scholarship money. I'm not 100% sure the amount, but I know that the winner does receive scholarship money. And if you would like to support or donate, you can support by purchasing an ad, which would be in like our ad books on the day of the cotillion. You could even buy a ticket to come and watch the cotillion and like see like all of our hard work that we've done. Or even as simple as like purchasing a raffle ticket for $10. Um, and I believe the prizes are, I want to say $300 Amazon gift card. I know it's dinner for two at a steakhouse. And then the other prize is AirPods, or not AirPods, the like the headphones, the AirPod Maxes, I think. Yeah. So yeah, those are the different ways that you could possibly support, and I would really appreciate it.
Yes, that because everyone has a minimum goal that they have to meet. But of course, to be crowned as the 2024 Miss Prominent Pearl, you have to exceed that minimum and be the top fundraiser. So it's definitely um, an experience, I would say. I just want to say that I'm very happy that you decided that this was something that you wanted to do. I didn't twist your arm. I didn't even ask you about a cotillion because if I am not mistaken, you asked me earlier, was it last year, I believe, if you could
Yeah.
be in the cotillion. Yeah. So we did make an agreement that since we had prom and college application process and all of that stuff, that it had to be during a time that would work best. So I'm glad that you are doing it with the organization that you've participated in a mentoring program. So that's good. Um, Anything else that you'd like to share with the audience? Were you nervous talking, being on my podcast?
No,
No? Okay.
no.
All right. Anything else you'd like to share? You know, people say that you are my mini me.
Um, no, I don't think I have anything else to share.
So you just ignore the fact that I say that people say that you're my mini me?
I mean, I know people say that.
Okay. We are very, very similar. So I do tell my audience, sometimes it's like raising myself. So you remind me so much of how I was when I was your age in terms of being independent and trying to do everything on my own. And that is a very good quality to have. But I will tell you that as a 47-year-old, I am now learning that it's also important to ask for help when you need it. You don't have to do everything alone. And as a matter of fact, somebody told me that, reminded me of that today. So that's one thing that I certainly want to share with you, since we are quite similar in our personalities and our features and all of that other good stuff. Just make sure that as you progress throughout life, Khalis, that you build strong relationships with people and that you aren't too proud to ask for help sometimes when you may need it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so very much for joining me as my guest on Light It Up podcast. I'm very excited for you, happy that you are involved in this process. I know that you are enjoying yourself and um, looking forward to December 8th, 2024 for your cotillion. So it's going to be a very special day. So for those of you in the viewing and the listening audience, if you'd like to support Khalis and her efforts to become crowned as the 2024 Miss Prominent Pearl, you can certainly purchase an ad actually until November 2nd. You can reach out to me for details. As a matter of fact, I'll place the form in the show notes so that you can just click the link and choose to support. You can also purchase raffle tickets. While Khalis said that they are $10, they're also 5 for 50. So don't be afraid to get 5 raffle tickets if you like, and to increase your chance of winning great prizes. Or again, if you'd like to attend the cotillion, if you've never attended a cotillion before and you'd like to see what it's like, tickets are available. Dinner tickets are available for $130. So you do have an opportunity to purchase tickets for the cotillion as well. It is just an amazing event. Khalis and I, like I said, we had an opportunity to attend last year, and it's it's definitely something that I think everyone should have an opportunity to experience, whether they attended or whether they choose to have their son or daughter participate. So, Khalis, I want to give you an opportunity to give some closing remarks. Oh, and I also want to congratulate you, Khalis, because you just had, we just ended the first quarter and you did outstanding. You are taking honors in AP classes. So, congratulations to you on doing very well this quarter, considering all of the things that you have going on. I want to just tell you publicly, I am proud of you.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Um,
Thank
keep
you.
keep up the good work, and remember, time management is so very important when you're involved in extracurricular activities and working and trying to go to school. So it's a lot, but time management is so important. So I am going to pause and give you an opportunity to give just a few closing remarks if you choose.
Um, I don't really have much to say. I just would like to say thank you for supporting me if you choose to do so. Um, I really hope um, you guys would like to support my efforts in becoming Miss Prominent Pearl. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so very much, Khalis, for being my guest. And I should say Khalis Mushirah Muhammad because you do have your mommy's name. But thank you for joining me and being my very special guest for this week's episode of Light It Up. For those of you who are tuning in, make sure you like, subscribe, and share the podcast with a friend. And don't forget to check out those show notes. And make sure you come back next week to see what very interesting guests I will have on the podcast. So until next time, remember to continue to light it up and shine bright like a diamond. Thanks for joining me this week on Light It Up. Make sure you visit my website at www.lightituppodcast.com or www.aginahmuhammad.com. You can also find me on social media using the handle at Light It Up Podcast. If you like what you've heard, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, I'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or you can simply tell a friend about the show. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday for a new episode. Until next time, light it up and shine bright like a diamond.